We would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we record this podcast, the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung people of the Kulin Nation. We pay our respects to their elders past and present and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples listening today.
Trigger warning for this episode, we discuss adult themes, body image, diet culture, and it contains some coarse language, so please be aware if you have little ears around.
Hello and welcome to
Life Academy!
I'm your host, Dena Amy Kaplan.
And I'm your host, Alicia Bannett.
And it's time for some pop culture.
Pop culture.
Pop culture.
Pop culture that we know mostly nothing about. And
But we're going to tell you
for.
a bit about. Let's talk about something we do know a little bit about.
Well, yeah. Okay.
So we were lucky enough to go to the Devil Wears Prada 2 premiere in Sydney. It was so bougie and it was so fantastic.
So bougie.
It was huge. There were so many people there.
Insanity.
Like,
the line.
It was insane. The line, like we had to basically line up in a
alleyway, like a dirty alleyway, this line snaked up a dirty alleyway.
And when we got there, this like PR girl was like, "Oh my God, I invited you to, like, I'm so glad you're here. Like, can't wait to get photos of you on the carpet." And we felt so good. We were like, "Oh my God.
Thank you."
Wow. Because there was like so many celebs there. So we were like.
And we saw two of the Wiggles that I lost my mind over, Simon and Sahai.
Alicia lost her mind over the Wiggles.
I just screamed out. I was like, "Oh my God, my daughter loves you."
It was actually embarrassing.
Shut up. Are you kidding me? Oh my God, how rude.
But we like got there and like had this PR lady like froth over us. So we thought, oh my God, this is so cool.
So good.
Because there were so many celebs
there. There was a lot of celebs.
So many beautifully dressed people. I've never seen more attractive people in
Sydney
my life.
Has so many beautiful
all these
people.
Like young, like, I don't know, they looked about in their mid-20s,
Yep.
supermodel influencer hotties. They were just so hot.
Yeah, people are just getting hotter and hotter.
Then anyway, we're waiting in line for like ages. We're going round and round the line. Our beautiful darling Tim Pocock was our date and he came with us, and then we bumped into our friends Neil and Lincoln Younes.
Yep.
How I say it?
Younes?
Side note about Lincoln Younes.
Yeah.
He is so charismatic and like
he's so cool.
He's so charming and charismatic. I was like, oh, like I can see why you get so much work. Like if he walked into a room that I was casting for, I would be very like jolted by how charming and charismatic he is. I didn't really know that about him because I haven't like hung out with him that much.
Yeah.
But just that night I was like just sort of watching the way he is and I was like, oh, you are like one of the most charming.
He's always been a very, very charming man. I met him when we filmed a show called Tangled.
Oh yeah.
Tangled. One of them. Yeah. And he was brilliant. I mean, he would have been like 15 or 16 back then because I was like 17.
He just oozes charm.
He's always just been such a lovely guy and he was so sweet back then. And then as he grew into this man, like the charismatic side of him has just gone like so hard and he's just this cool
He's so cool
dude.
And sexy and hot. I was like, yeah, totally. Like if I was a casting agent, I so see why you get so much work because I would be like, whoa, this is like star quality. Like I just really saw it.
He's got a star quality,
He's got star quality.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was cool.
Shout out Link.
Yeah, shout out Link. He's such a nice guy. So we were like hanging out with him and our friend Neil and Tim. Anyway, we finally get to the front of the line when it's time.
We're so keen to get on the red carpet, get our bougie photos.
And they were like, sorry.
This one lady.
Yeah, she was like, sorry, can you guys please move along? Please move along. We've closed the red carpet. The stars are here. And it was because Patrick Bramwell had just arrived.
No, it wasn't actually because there was so many people who they were letting through. We got up there and she goes, sorry, we've got talent on the carpet. We've shut off the carpet now. We've got talent on the carpet. She goes, there's places in there where you can get your content. And I was like, oh, no, we don't need content. I was like, we are talent.
It's so awkward.
I was like, this is so uncomfortable. And she was like, no, like there's actual talent on the carpet. It's shut off to everybody else. Like, you know, you can get all your stuff inside. And I was like, we don't need stuff for content.
Yeah. And it was just weird because the girl had just said to us like,
I
invited you. So excited you're here. So excited to get your red carpet photos. Anyway, we get to like the front of the line. Patrick Bramwell did arrive like then, and then everyone was losing their minds over him. And he is just the sweetest, loveliest person ever.
So sweet.
And then we eventually just sort of like snuck onto the end of the red carpet.
Almost, because we kind of got in there. When we started walking in there, we saw that someone, like a media person that was standing there doing the interviews and stuff, they had a list and like of faces of all the talent that were going to be on the carpet. Our faces were on there.
Yeah. It was just that lady
and
who
I
was
like,
shushing us away.
So uncomfortable.
It was so
like,
uncomfortable.
Do we not belong here? But we ended up getting on the carpet
for like
anyway.
5 seconds.
Yeah.
And then I bumped into Harriet Dwyer, who's Patrick Bramwell's wife, who is just the most beautiful human being to ever exist. And she was like, how's Maya? And I'm like, how do you remember my daughter's name? Like, you sweet angel from heaven. Yeah. Like, I love the two of them so much. I thought Patrick, like, because he got up and spoke at the premiere. He's got up on stage.
Funny.
He's so funny. He is so charming. Again, charismatic, like just oozes movie star. Mm-hmm. And he was so great in the movie, but he was even better in like the introduction where he's just like being himself and just being this hilarious Aussie guy. And he was talking about what it was like to film, as he called, scenes with Annie.
Well, Annie.
Scenes
Good
with
old Annie.
And he was just being so funny and
for anyone
charming.
who doesn't know, Annie is Anne Hathaway.
Yeah. But yeah, absolutely loved bumping into them. And just some fun facts that I learned about the Devil Wears Prada too. So apparently on the first movie, they couldn't get any designers to work with them because they were like, no, you're making a movie about Anna Wintour and like she is our, like we can't do anything that will offend Anna Wintour. So they couldn't get any designer clothes for the movie. And then the second one.
Well, I think they bought them.
They had to buy them. Yeah. They couldn't get and they couldn't get what they wanted. And then with the second one, it's been like the opposite because Anna Wintour's fully endorsed it and been like, doing the front cover of Vogue with Meryl and like doing all the press and stuff.
Good.
So apparently for the second movie, designers were like throwing their stuff at them, which I just thought was so funny. And then I also was like, when I was watching the movie, which by the way, I loved, I can't wait to see it again.
I agree.
Thought
obsessed.
I thought it held up to the first one just as well. I thought it was brilliant.
I had low expectations because I was like, look, second movies usually you're not going to be that impressed by. However, I had hope because Meryl Streep, Emily Blunt, Anne Hathaway and Stanley Tucci were all back. I was like, it has to be a good script. And I'm pretty sure Anne Hathaway was executive producing too.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, I have a very strong feeling that I've got some good hope in here. And it was good. Unreal.
It was so good. It lived up to, for me, it bypassed my expectations and I just loved it and I can't wait to see it again because actually the people sitting next to me at the premiere were quite drunk and talking really loudly and I missed like so many good lines. Like people would be laughing and I was like, wait, what happened? What happened? Because the people next to me were being so loud and obnoxious. Anyway,
there was also on the seats too, these Mecca bags. Oh,
yes.
It was so cool.
Yes, we got Mecca lipstick and mascaras and popcorn and full VIP treatment.
And
the
really
special.
Diet Cokes that they had there were like full Devil Wears Prada ones. There was like a short. It was unreal. It was really so unreal. Cool.
Yeah. And we were very on the vibe, me in the red, you in the black.
Yep.
And can I just say, this is why I will always get a photographer before events to shoot at the hotel before the red carpet because you go to all this effort of wearing a gorgeous dress, doing your hair and makeup, blah, blah, blah. And then you have
they
moments
don't let
like
you on
this
the carpet.
where they don't want to let you on the carpet. Or if they do, you get shit like,
no
red carpet, not great photos. Sometimes the angles, the lighting, whatever. It's not. So for me, I'm like, for all future events, I'll always get the photographer at the hotel because then at least it doesn't feel like I would have been like, if that was the night and we didn't get any photos beforehand, I would have been like, what the hell? Like we went to all this effort. We've flown up here thanks to Jetstar, but we've flown up here. We've done this whole thing and like we didn't even get a photo.
Yeah.
So my recommendation to anyone attending events, firstly, get there early. If you want to walk the red carpet, get there really early. And secondly, do some photography at your hotel. Shout out to Hayden. We love you.
We love
Best
you.
photos ever.
Yeah.
So the other thing I wanted to talk about with the movie is how Emily Blunt is so Abigail coded.
Yes, I agree.
She's like, I think she's my favorite character in the movie, particularly the second one.
Honestly, she was my favorite in the verse, and
so funny.
She's so funny. And do you know that she basically she ad-libbed so many of her lines and so many of her iconic lines. Yeah.
God, she's so good.
Yeah, yeah.
And I saw an interview with Meryl Streep and everyone was like, so you based it off Anna Wintour? And she was like, no, actually I didn't. I based it off the male directors that I've worked with in my life. They would do things like speak really softly so that you had to lean in to hear them, or they would just like not acknowledge your existence after you've done an entire movie with them. So she was like, I actually based it off ego-driven, egotistical male directors that I've worked with. I think she even named a few.
Stop.
I think she said Clint Eastwood, but I could be making that up.
No way.
But she said, yeah, it was never based off Anna Wintour. And then for the second one, she was like, I did get more influence from Anna, but for the first one, it was based on all the male directors that she'd worked with that were absolute assholes. And the biggest thing that she like really played on was how quietly they would talk and that people would have to like lean in to hear what they were saying.
Isn't that
and
interesting?
I thought that's so brilliant for her to base it off men.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I really love that. And I also heard a little rumor that Anne Hathaway, when they were doing the big modeling show at the end with Lady Gaga, which was just so cool. Iconic and beautiful. I heard that she said she wanted to see more
curvy models.
Yeah, I didn't know what the right words were to use. She wanted to see different body shapes and sizes, which I thought was really good to see. There wasn't a ton of it, but more than there was in the first movie.
Yeah.
Also, all the celebrity cameos, like there was so many.
So many. Do you know, I don't know the goss behind this. Once again, just such great pop culture news. But Sydney Sweeney filmed something for it and then they cut her stuff out.
Yes.
Why did they cut it out? Do we know why that happened?
Apparently didn't. Apparently they cut out 3 hours of footage or something. The movie was so long and there was so many great moments and cameos, one of which was Sydney Sweeney getting dressed by Dior, by Emily Blunt's character, but it just didn't make the cut. It wasn't I don't think it was anything personal. It just didn't make the cut. I would have loved to have seen that, to be honest. Yeah.
Me too.
What else? Red carpet saga. We saw lots of celebs. We saw lots of influencers.
Yeah.
People dressed to the absolute nines. People really
incredible.
Brought it out.
They really looked incredible. Okay, can I just really quickly point out that Aldi has been named Australia's Supermarket of the Year?
Do you know, I think I've been to Aldi once in my life.
Same. I don't shop at Aldi.
Yeah, I don't shop at Aldi.
I've been a couple of times, but just I have other supermarkets a little bit closer.
I'm confused by it because I feel like you just don't know what you're going to get, right? They just stock what they have. It's not I'm going to the supermarket to get my essentials. Do they have all the essentials?
Yeah, they've got all the essentials.
Right, okay.
Yeah. I think they just have
Supermarket of the year.
They fill it up with different bits and bobs that aren't there all the time.
Right. Okay.
Sometimes you can go and get a full barbecue there.
Crazy.
Or something.
We should go shopping there.
Well,
Supermarket of the Year.
Good old Supermarket of the Year.
Also, a bit of news. Yes. Harry Styles and Zoë Kravitz are engaged.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which is really cool. They're a cool couple.
They're a cool couple, yeah.
I really like Zoë Kravitz. I really like her work. Every time I've seen her act in anything, I've been she's just a cool girl. She's very much a cool gal.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love that Harry's put a ring on it. For some reason in my head, he's still 14 and she's a woman. It doesn't compute that they're together.
I feel like it just doesn't compute that he's put a ring on it.
Yeah.
I never thought Harry Styles would be, because how personally I know him, but it just doesn't seem like the guy who would actually settle down.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
I don't know. He's ready to settle
I feel like
down.
he's got a lot of life he has a lot of life to live.
But he's lived a big life. Maybe he just wants to settle down.
Maybe. I really was waiting for him to have a relationship with a guy publicly.
Yeah.
I think that's probably what I was waiting for.
Yeah.
Because he's bi, isn't he? Has he? Maybe, I think he's alluded to it.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But maybe it's not a full thing. Maybe I'm
He's
completely
definitely
lying
put a ring
here.
on Zoe though, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
And Lenny Kravitz apparently like commented on Harry's latest Instagram video where it's him dancing for his new music video, which low-key I don't love it. I found the dancing a bit difficult to watch. But
it's because you're such a good dancer.
But
you want to watch good dancing.
Yeah, Lenny Kravitz apparently did like a fist pump, like a woohoo on his like video. So it's like, oh, Dad approves.
I just really liked Zoe Kravitz with Channing Tatum. I really thought that was going to be a thing.
That's a vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was a bit shocked when that
She's such an it girl.
She's such an it girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All her tattoos. I love her tattoos.
Yeah. She's just cool.
She was my big inspiration
cool.
for tattoos because I absolutely loved I do like the placement of all her hand tattoos, and she's just such a cool it girl.
Yeah.
Met Gala.
Yeah, let's talk about the Met.
The Met Gala. I really thought this year's Met Gala was insane and people brought it and it was just absolutely stunning. My favorite, which might be surprising to you, was actually Hailey Bieber.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I know. I just thought it was stunning, like that gold corseted, bone top and then the blue, like that blue chiffon thing. I just thought it was stunning. Like I couldn't stop looking at it.
Yeah.
That was my favorite.
I just loved that there was also so many people who were like recreating beautiful art.
Yes.
Sabrina Carpenter, unbelievable.
Loved hers.
So freaking cool. The idea around
brilliant.
That, unbelievable. Really loved that. But I loved Kendall Jenner's, not when she was on the carpet, but that one picture where she had the wings.
Yes. I thought it was beautiful as well.
I wish she had the wings out on the carpet.
Yeah. I wonder why she didn't.
I don't know. It would have been
and it was really cool that it was Gap, like that it was
right.
Did you know that it was a t-shirt and he
that.
I think it was Zach Posen. He tore the t-shirt and rolled it around.
It was
designers are amazing.
It was really beautiful, and I loved the statue. And but what I find hard to look at, and I get it, it's an artistic thing, or it's it's a choice with makeup and being on these red carpets and stuff. But the bleaching of the eyebrows,
you're not into it.
I don't like it.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't like it.
I'm
not a bleached eyebrow.
It's a bold thing,
gal. There's one person that I've seen with bleached eyebrows that I was like, oh, that's cool. Like it suits him. But at the Met Gala, Kylie Jenner and the bleached eyebrows, I was just like, I don't know, like why. I don't get why, because it didn't necessarily lend to the dress and to the art of it all. So I didn't.
Yeah, I'm not huge on it either, to be honest. I don't love the look. I don't really get it either. Yeah, maybe we were just too old and not cool enough.
Well, that's a definite possibility.
Another thing that's been all over my algorithm and feed is Lena Dunham's new book that's come out called Famesick.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually watched an interview with her that she did with the New York Times, which I highly recommend watching if anyone is interested in Lena Dunham the way I am.
You love Lena Dunham.
Well, I love Lena Dunham's work, to be clear. I think to say I love Lena Dunham's probably a little bit problematic because she's had a lot of controversy surrounding her. Right. But I love her work. And I think any 24-year-old to be directing, creating, producing, starring in their own HBO series, like
massive,
is a very
which was
gifted,
Girls
unbelievable. Her TV series Girls, which I thought and still do to this day think is one of the best TV series ever made.
I really need to watch it. I've never seen it.
Oh my God, it is unbelievable. The acting, the writing, it is just so amazing. And she's even been hinting that there might be a Girls movie, which would make me lose my mind. But yeah, Girls to me was like the perfect show. And I got very obsessed with Lena Dunham after Girls and while watching it because I was just so blown away that a 24-year-old could be doing all of that. Mm-hmm. And then we've actually had very similar health journeys. Like she has EDS, which is what I have, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. So we've both like navigated that. And then she also has endo, which I've had. And then she had an addiction to prescription to benzos, the same thing. So we've had like very similar stories.
Yep.
So I was very interested to listen to her interviews. She speaks a lot about in the book her relationship with Jack Antonoff and how it wasn't very perfect and how she sort of implies to the idea that he sort of cheated with Lorde and then she also had an affair.
Wow.
The thing that for me was the hardest to hear about was the Adam Driver stories.
The love of your life.
Yeah. Love of my life is no longer the love of my life. Sounds like he's fucking crazy and intense to work with. She said that he like hurled a chair at the wall during rehearsals and would get up in her face and scream, and
that's terrifying.
Just incredibly intense is the way she described it. But she says it is all like for the work, and he does it all for the craft, which I don't know. I'm so torn about. I'm like, I don't think it's okay to treat people like that. Yeah,
for the work.
And there's even some implications she talks about that they like. It was very confusing, their relationship, and there were moments where maybe they were going to sleep together like off camera, and then he was in a relationship the next, like it gets really murky and grey and Right. But I was just sad to hear that he is such an intense crazy
that
person.
seems a bit like abuse, doesn't it?
He sounds a bit crazy, and you do know that he was the love of my life.
Yes.
But I don't really think I can love him anymore when he's treating people like that. But yeah, I mean, that's her accounts. So who knows? But yeah, the book is getting rave reviews. It's a #1 New York Times bestseller. People are devouring it. I haven't read it myself yet. I've just listened to a lot of interviews with her.
Right.
Because she's all over the place. But yeah, I'm really excited to read it.
I would be interested to read that.
Mm-hmm.
I really would be. I saw this post where it says Taylor Swift reveals the real story behind Love Story.
It's a love. Is that it? It's a love story.
Sing it. Yeah. Baby, just say yes. Yes. Yeah, that's it.
My little sister played that at her wedding, and like Dean had to get down on his knee, and it was like a whole moment.
Oh my God, cute.
Yeah.
She's such a Swiftie. So it says at 17, she wrote Love Story after her parents wouldn't let her date an older guy, turning teenage frustration into one of her biggest hits.
That's hilarious.
I think that's so funny.
That's
I want to listen to the song fully now and really understand that it's just like this older guy that she wanted to date.
When she was 17. Writing one of the biggest hits to ever exist.
Yeah.
I think that song's one of the biggest hits of all time.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
By far, for sure.
Wow.
Yeah. Apparently as well, Rihanna might be hitting us with some new music.
I hope so, because I feel like she's been so focused on her makeup and beauty line, which I'm not complaining about, because Fenty is unbelievable.
Really serious question here, and I'm so ignorant when it comes to this. Did Fenty not exist before Rihanna?
No, she
created that.
Yeah, she created Fenty.
So does Fenty have like another thing that's like bags or something that I'm thinking of, or did she create that brand Fenty?
She created Fenty.
Because I feel like it's...
And they do everything. They did a whole Puma collection, and they did like a lingerie collection, and but Fenty Beauty is all her.
Yeah. Is there Fenty bags like Louis Vuitton and like that?
Maybe I think there's Fendi.
Maybe, okay.
I think you're thinking of Fendi.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
But because no, Fenty was always Riri.
I always
Fendi,
thought that it was something that had been around
in existence.
And in existence. And then I was like, wait, Rihanna is the starter of that? Like, what do you mean? So, okay, well, anyone else that's listening to that, have you ever thought that there was like...
Yeah, I think you're thinking of Fendi.
Yeah, bougie bags that no one can afford. Well, people can afford, but I certainly will never be able to. No, manifest, I will be able to.
You will be able to. But yes, I'm really excited that she's going to release some music, because it has been a long time, and she's been in her business mogul era and also having kids. I think she's got 3 kids now.
3 or 4 kids, yeah.
Yeah, I'm so ready for some new Riri music.
I know, me
my
too.
God. I love her music.
I love Rihanna. She's so good.
Love her. Rumours of Coachella headliners next year.
Yeah.
Who are?
Harry Styles and Dua Lipa.
Very cool.
That's the rumour.
Cool.
I don't know or care personally, but that's just something that I've seen.
I can't say they're 2 artists that I lose my mind about, but I'm sure there's lots of people
Dua Lipa, I think,
do.
would be a cool performer. I think she puts a fair bit into it. And now that Sabrina Carpenter has kind of like upped the game.
Set the standard.
Yeah, I feel like it's a standard that's been set, and
I'd be interested to see what they bring.
I reckon, for sure. And also something that I'm really happy about, by the way, is that AI-generated work has been banned
from the Oscars. Yeah, I actually was really glad to see that too. They've put their foot down in certain categories like screenwriting and like acting.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming that means in other areas AI will be acceptable, like, I don't know, costume design or, certain special effects and things like that. But they have put their foot down in a few areas, which I'm really glad to see, because AI is coming for all of us. Let's keep art alive. Like, let's not hand it over to the robots.
I really don't like. There's some really cool things I feel like that
really
I see.
Important.
Yeah, art is so important. And look, I understand that in terms of when you can create a video and, you know, it's in your head and like AI can make it a real thing. I get that that's still, in a sense, like a way that people can create, but it's not it.
And let's keep art alive and not hand it over to the robots, please.
Yeah. Agreed. So good on your Oscars for doing that.
Yeah.
That's kind of all the pop culture goss that I have.
Samesies.
Listen, I think we're doing okay with some bit of pop culture.
Bit of poppy.
Yeah. That was interesting to me. I learned some stuff.
Me too. If anyone does read Famesick, let me know what you think.
Which is Lena Dunham's
book.
Cool.
I'm going to read it hopefully in the next couple of weeks if I can ever find a minute to read. And we will see you guys soon.
We love you.
Love you. Bye.